Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. We're so glad you could attend. Come inside, come inside.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
You're listening to Living Clean and Sober on City of Angels Recovery Radio.
Here's Johnny!
And with the host of our show, Johnny Raggs.
You are talking to a man who has laughed in the face of death, sneered at doom, and chuckled at catastrophe.
His partner in crime and co-host, Ken MacDonald.
What is thy bidding, my master?
You know, before this is over, I'm gonna need a whole lot of serious therapy.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
And our engineer, Art Ackerman.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain!
I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
You see, we're on a mission from God.
Bye, Johnny boy.
Have fun storming the castle.
Hey, come on. We're superheroes. What could happen?
With all due respect, sir, I believe this is going to be our finest hour.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Hello, hello, hello! Woo! Here we are. Can't hear it? Now, what happened? We good?
I
can
can't
hear.
hear.
Can you hear?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can
We
hear
good?
now.
Now. All right, we good? Beautiful. Hello, everybody. Hi, Art.
Can you hear me now?
I'm excited about tonight. We have an old fave here. Charlene, welcome back.
Hey,
Yeah!
Johnny!
Yeah!
It's great to be here.
Great to have you.
Yeah,
great to have you. It's been too long.
Yeah, it's been a couple years maybe.
It has. It has.
Yeah. And you guys are doing it over here. You got a
Yes,
big
we are.
crew
We
tonight.
got a little contingent going on here.
What's that mean?
I don't know. Ask me later. Well, before we get started, I want to dedicate this show to Gary, who had his bone marrow transplant today, and it was successful.
Great.
Yay, Gary. We love you, bro.
Gary. Yeah.
Give us a call, 609-241-7103, and everybody, welcome to the show. Hey, Art, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Ken, how are you?
Good. I woke
Charlene,
up
we
this
love
morning,
you.
yeah.
I'm glad you're back.
Shark.
Thank
Glad
you.
to
Good
have
to be
you.
here.
Thank
Great,
you.
great night. I was so
too.
excited on the way here because you were
Aw.
coming.
Yeah.
Benny, welcome back.
Thank you.
Hi, Art, again.
Hey.
Welcome, Melissa, this lovely lass over here. Richie's here.
Hey, hey, hey.
Jimmy, welcome him. He's a first-time guest.
Yeah, Jim.
Probably more,
Yeah.
I hope. Hey, this is good stuff. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a full table, man.
Yeah,
Full
we do.
table.
How about that?
The round table.
Nights.
round table.
Nights, and what's the female for a night?
Nightis.
No,
What are they?
I don't
Nights?
think I don't think nights have anything to do with gender, John.
No,
I
I
don't
don't.
think.
I thought they
don't
did.
know. I mean, yeah,
What's
night,
this?
night,
night.
Huh?
Then she's a knight. They're knights.
Nights, okay. Knights in shining armor. Okay,
Right.
sorry about that, Art.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. What are you, a rookie?
Ken,
Let's
it's
go.
radio. It's
I think
They can't see
I
you.
think your microphone needs some Viagra.
The walk was good, Art.
You can just turn that. Yep.
Yeah,
the walk
there you
was
go.
good.
Okay.
We had a good walk.
Nice.
Yeah, sorry I missed it. Yeah, so
It was good.
good. There's
Yeah.
always
So-
next year.
What was the theme of the walk?
I don't know that we really had a theme.
I don't think we had one.
Was
Recovery.
We were themeless.
Was it a fundraiser though, right? Did you guys raise the funds?
Correct. We did.
We ran
Yes.
some funds.
Nice.
But we have our gala, our 10-year gala coming up November
Yeah.
8th.
Yes.
So we were kind of trying not to take away from that.
Right.
You know what I mean as well. So it
So,
was walking a fine line.
Speaking of that, give us an update. What do we got going on, Art?
Well, we have the gala coming up.
November 8th. That's a Friday
Giving
night.
out some
correct?
awards that night, too.
Yeah, Richie's one of the recipients of those.
how
awards.
about
What are you getting? What are you getting an award for?
I guess like citizen or something. I don't know.
He was like, well, we did Rob Fasoli for Central, and we did
Me for
Richie
South
for
Jersey.
South Jersey for
Nice.
volunteer.
For
of the year
volunteer,
type
yeah,
Right.
volunteer.
So
yeah.
what do you do? Like what's
Well, I do whatever has to be done to help somebody get in treatment.
okay?
That's what I do.
Whatever.
I answer my phone.
That includes paying for them, right?
Yeah, I went broke doing all that shit. But
He did.
it's okay.
Well, that's okay. It'll come back to you.
I'm hoping, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. It's still,
Right, I hear you.
the look on their face when we're there and helping them at 2,
Yep.
3, 4 o'clock in the morning. When
That's what we
they
do.
don't expect anybody to care for them like that. And
Yep.
it was done for me, so I just
Right.
do it for others now.
That's awesome. So
Pay it
do they
forward.
call the number and you just get kind of
No.
like delegated, or people that
We
you
have a
know?
number. It goes to my phone, or I have handed out over maybe 3,000 of my business cards. So
Oh, wow.
I have people call me direct, and then other people give my number out, and I don't know. It's just one person helping another person, you
Right.
know?
That's great.
Teamwork.
Well, that's what
Absolutely.
HOPE stands
Hey,
for. Helping
come
other
on.
people every day.
Every day.
Every
Yeah,
day.
every day. Every way.
So that's what else is going on with City of Angels? It's been a couple of years since I've been here. I haven't seen Kevin, and I see him on Facebook. I know that you guys are doing a lot, but
We bought an ambulance. We're getting it wrapped, hopefully within the next 2 weeks. And that's going to be like our mobile Hope mobile. And I want to do the radio show out of it in Camden, in
Wow.
Kensington, and if we can, we're not.
Or not.
will you guys have like Narcan on the?
We have Narcan, yeah. We're working on we're stockpiling it, so we're grabbing it. But it seems like every time I get it, I give it out, so.
Well, that's what it's for.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you can't stockpile it. It's
No.
needed.
Right.
yeah.
They're not, I hate to believe that they're sitting in some warehouse somewhere.
No.
Nobody using them.
Nah, as fast as we get it, it goes out.
Absolutely. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
Give us a call, 609-241-7103. We love to hear from you.
Yes, we
We have a
would.
pile of people tonight that will chime
All
in when you
waiting
call.
to hear from you.
That's right. Listen, any pulling that. You should get
I
your
like
own
that,
show
Jimmy. I
there,
like
cuz.
Got to be a part of.
That's right.
That's
Jimmy,
it.
why are you so quiet over there?
This
I'm
is
just
what
taking
it's.
everything in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just taking everything
Oh
in.
wow, this is amazing.
That's just
this
a, like-
ambulance.
This
City
is
of
radio.
Angels.
You can't be
Yeah.
quiet.
Man, I
You
wish
got to
you could
talk.
see it.
Yeah.
I wish you could see that.
Jimmy, why don't you tell us a
helps.
little
Hope
bit about
unit.
how you got here?
Yeah.
What happened?
That's awesome.
And what it's like now.
All right, well, I'm Jimmy.
It
I'm an
is.
addict.
Jimmy.
How you doing? You know, I've been.
Oh, we got a first call.
That's Gary. Hey, Gary, how you doing?
Hold that thought.
Hey, Gary.
Hello.
You got my phone number? You have my phone number saved over there?
Yeah, man.
What's up, Gary?
Great to hear you.
How you doing, cuz?
Good. I wasn't expecting to be announced like that. When I didn't know you had my number saved. I was going to be like, "Hey, it's Gary," and everything. You throw off my whole thing. Throw off my whole entrance.
No, I was guessing, Gary.
We got your name in lights
I knew
over
you'd
top
be
of the
eager to
chalk.
call,
And start lighting up.
and share your success with us that happened today.
Yeah.
So I
I
figured the
was,
first call.
I was eager to call. I miss all you guys.
No, I
Miss
hear
you
you.
too.
Miss you too.
Congratulations.
How you feeling, bro?
God bless you.
I feel better than I felt the past few days because the chemo is what's been killing me.
Yeah.
Right.
But I got this transplant. It was really just like an infusion of my brother's stem cells, and I feel perfectly fine. Now it's just that now they have to just sit and watch. It's a waiting game now.
Right.
Right. Wow. Okay.
So, but I appreciate you guys dedicating the show to me. It meant a lot.
Yeah.
You guys all sound great on there, and I'm just I can't wait to get out so I can join you over there again. So.
Right. Yeah, we look forward to it, Gary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
man.
want you to get healthy and come
Yeah.
back and
Do the show.
do the show with us.
Get well
And
first.
in the meantime, we'll keep you in our prayers, okay?
Yes, sir.
Prayer works, right?
All right.
So enjoy the
Yeah,
rest of the
definitely.
show. I love you, and pass it on. Get some people to.
This
give
is
us a
Vinny.
call.
You sound great.
Congratulations.
Yo, Vinny, get the
Gary.
bat. No.
All right, well, look, let us get back to Jimmy. So we're trying to get him out of the box a little bit here, okay? So he's a little starstruck.
Yes, I am.
So we love you. Thanks for
Love you, man.
calling, Gary.
Talk to you, buddy.
Later, brother.
I love you guys too. See you.
All right, thanks.
All right, Jimmy, you're still on the hot seat.
All
We
right,
continue.
Is it a
Like
hot
I said,
seat?
my name's Jimmy.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
an
a little
addict.
bit of a hot seat.
Hi, Jimmy.
How are you doing?
We're doing fine. How are you? We want to know.
I'm
Yo, we
doing
want to
okay.
know how you're doing. We're
I'm doing
fine.
okay. I'm doing
We're
okay.
good.
If you're okay, I'm
No,
okay.
we're really good.
No, I've been fighting this disease for 20 plus years,
Oh, okay.
and
How's that been working out?
I've lost,
Okay,
but I'm winning today.
That's right.
Good.
I'm winning today.
I like
I'm winning
that.
today.
Good to hear.
But you know, I decided to get clean. Things weren't going good for me. I reached out. Actually to somebody in this room, Richie, and Richie's been with me for the past.
So Jimmy was one of the 3,000 cards you gave out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
how about
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
Card number
I like that.
1001.
I'm jealous.
Yeah.
I
I
didn't
love
get a
that.
card. I
And,
just met him.
I met I met Richie, in the hospital, and going through it, and he, it didn't take the first time. It took me a few times,
Sure.
but every time that I fell off, I reached out to Richie, and this man right here got me into treatment. And I'm very grateful and thankful to this day. I've told you that before. I'm a hardhead.
You think?
Yeah. I need that tough love.
Join the club.
And,
I'm shocked.
You know,
He's
people-
a hard
What does
ass.
that mean, hardhead?
hardhead, yeah.
Stubborn?
I don't listen.
Nah.
But you know what? The people in this room have taught me that, Rags, we had a good conversation today. And
We
that,
certainly did, baby.
he told me that, this is tough love. And, if it isn't tough
Wow.
love, I'm going to take advantage of it. So people need to be tough on me, and I need to allow people to be tough on me in order, to make the next move. So, I'm grateful today. I wasn't in a good mood earlier. Just being here with you guys, ladies, I'm in a great mood right now.
Good.
Good.
Because I'm surrounded by recovery, and by positivity. So,
It's
thank you for
amazing.
allowing me to be part of this.
Yeah, it's amazing what a couple hours can do, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We wake up sometimes, people call, we woke up on the wrong side of the bed. But really, when I wake up, if I'm thinking about things that I don't want to think about, that's like a lot of chaos going on. So
Well, how do you wake up on the wrong side of the bed if
Well, I
you
don't
only
know.
have one side?
Me too.
I'm next to the wall. How do I wake up on
No, it's a
That would be the
term.
wrong
It's
side,
a
right?
term. Yeah,
If I
so-
try to
Also,
go-
being around positive people, people doing the right thing.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
Give us a call,
Negativity
609.
breeds negativity.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
True, Rich.
609 241 7103.
And that's
Love to hear from you.
And that's the other thing too, is I actually, for the first time today, thanked, another grown man for making me smile.
Wow.
And that's the honest to God truth. This man right here, Johnny Raggs, he actually,
nice.
I was in my.
He made you smile?
He made me smile. Yeah.
What do you think, he's a joke?
figure. Yeah. Like how? Like how
Funny
did you
how.
make me smile? Like,
Yeah.
But he, I was miserable, and he said some things I needed to hear. Not that I wanted to hear, but what I needed to hear, and he put a smile on my face.
Good.
And I've had that smile ever since.
That's what we do
That's right.
in here. You know
But
what
I
I
never
mean?
thought another man, allowing another man to put a smile on my face
See,
was something that was comfortable. But
You said the same thing now that you said earlier today.
what's that?
Thinking. I never thought.
Yeah.
Who would think that?
Who would have thunk it?
Now you could think that because it's true.
Doing the happy dance? Doing the happy dance?
That's right. Let's do the happy dance.
That's
Melissa,
good
how
stuff.
are you, dear?
Living the dream.
I like it.
Wow.
Boy, we got a spirited show tonight, baby.
Tell us what the dream's like.
Yeah, we want to hear. We want to be a piece. We want a piece of that.
Where are
Come
you
on.
from? What do you got going on? What do you?
I'm from Burlington County area, but South Jersey. Been clean 1,330 days today.
Wow.
I still count days because I couldn't get one.
Right.
That's always good.
Do you have that little clean time
got that
counter on your
clicker?
phone?
I do. I have it for like I still count days.
Oh, you do? Okay,
I still count
nice,
days, so I
nice,
couldn't get a
nice.
day clean. But you guys just referenced like the Goodfellas kind of a little bit with that joke. But someone who's very very important to me celebrated 10 years this week, and I kind of feel like
Amazing.
Robert De Niro did when he was so excited that other guy was gonna get made. Well, he didn't get made. He got killed. But like remember in that movie where he was so excited he was more excited that his friend was getting made than he was like, I am so excited that this person I'm put her on.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you, I make you laugh, I'm here to fucking amuse you. How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me.
That's great. Just a fun fact, if you guys don't know, did you know that's all improv? That was never in the script. So just a fun
Well,
fact.
same thing with Denzel Washington in Training Day when he said King Kong ain't got nothing on me. That wasn't even in the script either. But no, my one friend that I've actually known since the day, like since she got clean, is celebrating 10 years. And even though I don't have 10 years, like it's just like it's huge to me. And tomorrow she's celebrating at Prince of Peace in Marlton at 7:30, and like
We'll be there.
pretty much. Every year that I've been in New Jersey while she's been clean, I brought the cake, and I'm taking the cake tomorrow.
It's awesome.
Most
amazing
important
woman.
predecessor in my life.
Did you get the cake already?
Yeah, I ordered it
You
today.
could have brought a hunk over here, you know what I mean?
You're not allowed to have cake.
Nice. That's the fellowship there.
We diabetic?
No cake for Johnny. Oh, you didn't know that?
We got
Okay.
a little couple things over there.
I didn't
near
know that.
Richie.
No, that's no.
Yeah.
He's not going to tell you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
It
saying.
never came up, actually.
Well, wait a minute.
The whole
Who's
listening,
responsible?
the whole COA radio listeners know now.
Good.
So when I see him at a function,
None of these for Johnny.
boy, Artie's on top of his game tonight, baby.
Yeah.
Woo! I like it. What's up with you, Richie, over there? Was you're snickering,
I'm
smiling?
just thinking, like, when she said living the dream, after I got out of treatment and then we moved out of the apartment back into my hometown, I remember I was laying in bed and I was awake, but my eyes weren't open yet, and I had a big smile on my face. And my wife said, man, you must be having a really good dream. And I told her I wasn't dreaming, you know? I wasn't waking up fucking sick.
How about that?
I wasn't hurting. My wife didn't have to sleep with her purse under the pillow that night. You know?
That's a good
Wow.
feeling, man.
It is.
It's a good feeling.
It is.
Awesome. See what happens when we do that? It's like incredible.
And then
man.
she brought up her friend who, every time I see this woman, when I run into her somewhere, she just puts a smile on my face, you know? She's such a good person.
Asked her about me, she'll say we're besties, her and I.
She's an amazing woman.
When I
man.
congratulated her the other day, she said, thanks, bestie.
What?
He got me with that one the last time, too. He's on his game tonight.
Yes, he is.
609-241-7103. What was that segment, like trivia, movies, or something?
Intros.
Yeah.
Intros.
Intros. Okay. Is that what we're calling them then? What's up
And like
with
me
that,
and
man?
Melissa, we have like almost like around the same clean time. She's a year,
Like a
yeah,
month.
a month.
Well, when's your clean date?
April 22nd.
February 2nd.
Yeah, and
Okay. 2
22.
months.
That
Both on the
22
second.
number. This 22 number.
Both on the
Alexa told
second.
me pay
That's my
attention to number
son's
22.
birthday.
Okay.
and I reference her all the time when I talk
2279.
about people in recovery, and because she's a
2279.
strong
What's
woman
that?
in recovery, you know.
Birthday.
She does amazing things, and I'm really proud to know her, you know.
I try.
It's a good thing.
So what we've heard tonight is hope from everyone that's on here.
Mm-hmm.
From look at this again, beautiful.
Like that.
I'm glad that.
You're on the air. Hello. Oh, try that again. Hi. Hello.
Hi, Poppy. Hi, Poppy. I don't like this for a while.
Hey, Frankie, how are you?
Hey, Frankie.
Frankie, how are you, kid?
Hi,
Hi, Frankie.
I thought going to be Twisty.
Yeah. That's my granddaughter.
Hi, Dad.
Hi, buddy.
What's your name?
This is Christine. I'm Richie's daughter.
Hey, Chris,
Oh,
how are you?
Hey.
Hi, Christine.
This granddaughter has never seen me under the influence of anything.
And she never will.
Nope,
By the
not just
grace
for
of God.
today. She won't.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, I just wanted to call in and say hi.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks.
Christine. Great to hear from
Thank you, honey.
Have a good night.
Give Frankie a kiss from me.
I will.
It's Vinny.
From Vinny. She knew that.
Bye-bye,
Vinny.
Pop-Up.
Bye.
Where's
Bye.
Christine, the wife? Where's she at?
She's at home.
You there, Chris? Call us up.
7:53. I'm sure she's listening. Dad or sleeping.
Maybe she'll call in and tell us the difference
Yeah.
from the old Richie to the new
Right.
Richie. What's
Yeah.
what's
She did that
different?
before.
How about
We
that
need to
picture
hear that,
you
Chris.
put
Come
up?
on.
How about that picture you put up?
Yo, where's our friend at tonight?
Our friend.
Who's our friend that we're trying to get on the show?
Oh, Tracy.
Hi, Trace. She's
Tracy.
listening. She's listening.
Where are you?
She listens every time. She's one of our loyal listeners. Loves the show.
I love her too, man.
Yeah, she's the best.
She's
She
cold.
gave me a
Hi,
vehicle.
Trace.
Right?
Hmm?
She's cold before.
No, I don't think so.
Nah, she's a scared, they call.
Oh, she's just
When I was I started getting involved with the courts and the police and educating law enforcement on addiction, and she said to me, "Oh, you're going into the courtrooms." I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, you got to be excited." I said, "I really can't do it because we only have one vehicle, and I can't afford to get another vehicle." And she gave me a vehicle.
Wow.
Just,
You know.
that was like just after.
My wife still drives it too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm trying to take it
That's
back.
her. She don't like the notoriety. What's that word?
Notoriety.
Yeah, you were close
Notoriety.
enough. Close
Thank
enough.
That's a big word.
Or
man.
recognition.
big word.
Say
Is that the
that.
word of the week?
Oh.
Word of the week.
Word of the
Notoriety.
week. Notoriety. Maybe
Too
I'll learn
early
how
for
to
the
say
word
it
of the week.
before we get
Too
done.
early.
Well, we try to make this a learning experience. Right?
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Good, Char. Your turn. You're
He
on.
didn't go.
Vinny.
Oh,
Vinny.
Vinny,
What would you like to know?
Barbarino.
Vinny, it's your turn. Go ahead, Vinny.
Come
I'm
on,
the
Vinny.
original. I'm
Yeah?
the original.
He
yeah.
was Vinny before Vinny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Real.
Okay. except
Vinny, get the
no
bat. No.
imitation.
So how's life going for you, Vinny?
Very well. I'm
Good.
hitting a few bumps in the road,
Are you?
but like I talked to Johnny this morning and I talked to Rich.
He yelled at us
And-
this morning.
Yeah, I yelled.
Yeah, both of them.
I was kind
Wow,
of.
you yelled? Wow.
I was.
He yelled.
I didn't mean to yell, but
you did.
It was just coming out that way. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was full of a lot of frustration,
Okay.
disappointment.
Piss and vinegar.
Wow.
I couldn't.
You should have
resist
told
that.
Sonny to tune in.
Oh man, he's in Vegas, thank God.
Wow.
My
So
nephew.
how did you overcome all that, Vinny?
How did I overcome it?
Yeah.
I prayed.
Okay.
I listened to what John said.
Okay.
And did what he said.
Wow.
And
That's following up good, man. I like that.
it all worked out.
Good.
See what
Things
happens
worked
when
out.
you listen?
I hear you.
We already know what
20
happens
years.
when we take our will back
Oh, please.
and want to do what we want to do.
I told you. I said today.
Never
I
works
wanted
out.
to use, but I didn't want to use. I had the obsession to want to use, but I knew what would happen. So
Richie
in
would
my
give
mind,
you
in my
15
mind, I
business
said
cards.
no. This one, I know what he would do to me. You know?
It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Yeah.
He's on his game, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
But the day worked out good.
Good, and you're here.
And I'm
so
here.
we're all
Yeah.
pumped up for this
I ran
here.
into Richie's mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
That even brightened my day more because I love his mom and dad.
Yeah, and when I saw you, you had a smile from ear to ear.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
smiling does a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Be
it
surprised.
It's infectious.
I used to tell people when I worked at this particular treatment center, smile. It doesn't cost you anything.
Wow, that's a good one, man. I like that.
Again, what's the opposite of addiction?
Recovery.
Community.
Community.
Oh, community.
community.
How about that?
Well, when you have people surrounding you, you don't really feel like you're using or anything else, right? I mean,
That's
when you're using, you're isolating, you're staying by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, I was pacing my apartment.
So if you have community around you, that's why it's so important that if you feel the sense that you're going to fall back, man, to pick up the phone, call somebody.
Oh, I have
You
no
know?
problem doing that.
Yeah, but
Right.
some people do. Yeah, you know.
I know.
But that's like what he was saying was the difference because of that connection and that, the fellowship, different people in his life or seeing familiar faces, that kind of helped him get through that versus just
absolutely.
being alone and fighting
Yep.
Good point.
the disease on your own, just you and your thoughts. That's like,
Well, we would
It's
have
not
came
a-
looking for you, Vinny.
Yeah, you ain't.
You wouldn't have found me.
You got
wouldn't have-
people
I'll
now.
find you. I know where you go.
yeah, it's nice to have people. You
What
got
do you
people.
think?
Yes,
You
it is.
think
I know.
All right. Let's.
Right away, we wouldn't have found him. He don't know what he's dealing with.
I think I need a hug.
609-241-7103. Give us a call. We love to hear
Thanks,
from you.
Way to go, Vinny.
We really do. Thanks,
Keep
man,
up
for
the
that
good work, man.
for that little snippet.
Yep.
Am I getting these words tonight? Notoriety.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse.
It is. It is. I better quit now.
You slur your speech again, we're taking you to the ER. We're taking
You got one of them
Yeah,
gusts in the
delete
car,
that
Richie?
Yeah, where's the ambulance?
Where's the ambulance? I need to
Yeah,
go.
in front of my house.
Is it charging yet?
No. Not yet.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to keep that thing
This is
plugged
talk
in.
radio. Come on.
Here it comes.
Loving this show. This is
Cost me $50 a month in electric, man. I can't really
you go.
afford to even plug it in right now.
Go to the houses.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Vinny's got the ideas
Yeah,
going
man,
on.
he's
I
got
love
it. He
it.
does.
I love
We
it.
we
Yeah.
all we're interconnecting.
Yeah.
I
That's a
didn't even
pretty-
say that right either.
That's a pretty amazing thing. I think you should really I'd like to highlight that. So, City of Angels, we're here with Art. You can't really see him, but he's got his City of Angels
I'm the
shirt.
Mr. Wilson of this show.
And this whole radio show and all of that stuff. And then now there's this ambulance. You got Richie. He's talking about how he's a volunteer. And then now they're going to do this ambulance
volunteer.
and go out on the streets. Plus, there's going to be Narcan on this thing.
Well, actually, we're
I wish
already
you could
doing
see
that
the
because
picture.
we're working with the Burlington County Prosecutor's
Yeah.
Office,
Wow.
where they're actually
That
going
is
out
Salem.
on recovery coaches are going on scene to overdoses.
Absolutely.
amazing.
We
How
get
about
phone
that?
calls
Wow.
from the
I
detectives.
think I read
and-
about that.
Yeah.
How about that?
And I'm working with Salem County Prosecutor's Office, Gloucester County Prosecutor's Office also.
So we're more than
The
just pretty
pilot for them was
faces over
great,
Yeah.
successful.
That's great.
And at first, everybody was afraid to come out when we went out and reached them in their motel rooms and everywhere we went. And they really kind of were afraid at first. And then after it was over, I had to call the detective back and say, "Is it okay if I go on my own? Because I got all these people calling me now. Now they want
Right.
help."
Right.
Right.
He said, "Go
Yeah,
ahead and do it."
even when they started, you can go to the police station.
Right.
Yeah,
And
straight
there's
to
still
treatment.
some
We're afraid
programs
to
that
do
are out
that
there like
then.
that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
the care programs, and here in Mercer County, most of the care programs would do that. Actually, Mayor Freed, I was talking to him the other day, was actually saying they have people walking in off the streets. You know what I mean, asking
Yeah,
for help.
exactly.
My sister, retired narcotic strike force sergeant. She's working with the AG's office, and she made all this Operation Helping Hands happen.
Oh, wow.
She got all 21 counties to agree to do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
You
just
got to have her
incredible
on the
stuff.
show.
Well, we've come.
She's been on here.
We have, yeah, we
Oh,
have.
wow.
So we've come a long way over the last.
She took the
several
recovery
years,
coach
man.
class.
made
She's a volunteer.
Miles
also.
and miles.
Just think, 10 years ago, we couldn't get a letter to the editor in the paper, man.
Right.
True.
And
Right.
in my addiction,
First Rock Fest.
like
First
she
rock
didn't
fest.
speak to me. I say it was like 7 years she hasn't talked to me. It may have been more like 12, but she would like put up with me at family functions and holidays and all. But
It's that tough.
towards the end, she wouldn't. I wouldn't be allowed around her kids.
Right.
And then she realized I help all these strangers out that suffer, and
Right.
I don't even know what my brother's doing.
Top of the
It's
hour.
crazy.
609-241-7103. Love to hear from you.
Well, I commend you, Richie. Keep doing what you're doing.
I am. Thank you.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, Rich.
Yeah, keep it going. And the show is a big part of a way to reach people.
You know, I couldn't
Right.
do the things I'm doing if it wasn't for people in this room, you know. And
What was our vision when we started this show, Ken?
I
Help-
just
help other
celebrated
people.
90. I
9 months.
9 months. And if
Congratulations,
it wasn't for Richie
Vinny.
and John, I would have never got that far.
Wow.
It's all you, man.
It's you.
Unity
you did the
is a
work.
must.
You guys helped me though. I would have
So
never
glad
got
you're
that.
here.
All I am is a cheerleader.
Yeah.
I'm glad
But
to see. I'm glad to be
you
here. I'm
also
glad to
showed
see you,
me
and
love,
I'm really touched.
and you gave me something to do. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been locked in my apartment. It would have been like my cell, as
Yeah.
it's been before.
And look at that. And you get to come here every other Tuesday with
Look
us.
at
Nice.
that. How about that?
I love it.
Who got it better than you?
Richie was
Right, could you
Yeah, I'm
imagine if you had to come
following
every
the
week?
When are we? When's our anniversary show again? We got to do that again. Is it in
November.
May?
Is it November?
Is
that
it
when,
November?
Is that when y'all started this? November?
That's when we all
Wow.
started it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How many years is that?
November what?
Five?
Like 20.
5 years? 4 years?
You know
5
what?
years?
I'm not
Look at them
sure.
dates up there.
Well,
That's
that was
when we-
here. That's for
That's
here.
here.
We actually started,
We started at the Wire. Yeah. So we were
I
there
think it was
over a year.
2014.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was
I
like
see
2014.
5, 16.
So that's 5.
I can't see.
5
Well,
years.
were you here since the
5
inception?
years is a
The,
big
the radio
deal, man.
station started in 2013, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, I
113.
think we started.
I didn't come till
year.
like 2014.
Yeah, well, Allison was doing it, and we had
Allison,
Danny when we started.
Right.
So it was just Kenny and I, and Danny did our engineering stuff. But it was primitive back then, Art. We were in that little room.
Yeah,
right?
You said what?
So
A
we had the
stone
little
and a
table?
tablet?
Yeah, we had a sundial, you know what I mean?
We had a can with a piece of string.
Echoing and all
I remember
that.
I had 4 or 5 months clean or something.
Yeah. And you just had
when we
6,
started.
right?
No, the
You
radio
came with
stations
us
really
too.
come a
Yeah.
far,
Oh.
far away from.
Oh,
We
absolutely.
used to have dinner
Where
over
it
at the
was.
diner.
Yeah.
Then we would come
The
over.
little diner, remember?
Yeah, yeah.
Heightstown Diner. And
No,
I
it
didn't
wasn't
give
the Heightstown Diner. It was the Bordentown Diner.
Borden.
Because-
Oh, yeah. When
we
we
were
were at
over
the
there.
Wire. Yeah, you're right.
I don't remember how to get there. It's been so
Huh?
long since I've been
I
there.
said,
But
what'd you do? Forget where you are?
No, we started at the Wire. That's what he was talking about. I
yeah.
thought he was talking
They all
about
complained because we just kept going further away.
Right. We used to make fun of Heightstown. But I don't do that anymore, though. I should.
well, on the way up, I
Don't
was
start that. You tend to get tickets.
Yeah.
Well,
They
we
must have been listening. And then
We talked before about Heightstown, so on the way up, I saw the
Right.
sign. No, John and Mary Height started Heightstown in 1721.
Wow.
Because they bought 3,000 acres of property.
Wow.
And that's where Heightstown
Wow.
came from. John
the
and
garden
Mary Height.
spot of the world.
I never knew that.
Heightstown, New Jersey.
How'd we end up here?
Yeah, you're asking me. I don't know how that
Another fun
happened.
I
fact.
got here from Richie. Richie's road.
Did you know Mr. and Mrs. Height?
Really got some nice toys here.
That
You don't have a
sounded like-
license yet, Vinny?
That sounded like
Next
Jack
month.
Nicholson there. right?
Okay, good.
You know how long I've been married?
How long you been married?
32 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you get
Richie
married
was
in high
married
school?
so
Married in
long.
high school.
How long was Richie
How long were you
married?
How long?
From 1987.
From 1792 to
Wow.
That's a long
32
time.
years. My
300
wife isn't an addict.
320 years.
Thank God for that.
Every year counts as 10.
Yeah, that would have only added to the fray.
Yes.
You know?
No, she stuck by my side through the whole
God
thing.
bless her.
No, I know she did.
She's
yeah.
a saint.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
She's
Wow.
got her wings already.
Yeah.
As being an
Yeah.
angel.
That's
Yeah.
That's for you.
I told her when she comes on, there's certain things she can't talk about. I like
no,
my
no, no,
freedom.
No holds barred.
I
there,
like my
brother.
freedom too much. Yeah.
All right.
So what are you going to do? Give her a...
That's what we're going to invite
already
her and
gave
leave
it
you
to her.
home that day.
Yeah, you'll stay home. What are you going to do? Give her a card of what you can talk about and what
I
you
already
can't
did.
talk about?
Wow.
I plead the fifth.
No, our show
No
is
good.
all ad lib, man. We
That's
talk
right.
about whatever
That's
comes
right.
to mind. So
We say what
That
comes
goes to
up
her,
over
too.
here, cuz.
You know how hard
Right?
it was to talk
That's
about
right.
what I just
That's
talked
right.
about
Mhm.
that I did.
Must be terribly uncomfortable.
Yes, it was.
What were you going to say, Vinny?
I just said.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you.
You weren't paying attention.
No, probably not. I have senior moments every now and then.
You
so.
think?
Yeah, I drift, man.
You drift?
Oh, yeah.
High Plains drifter?
Yeah.
Clint Eastwood. Yeah, I do.
Every time I have a birdie putt, too, I miss the hole, man. 'Cause I go somewhere else.
Wasn't that the whip?
Yeah.
I don't have that one. Yet.
What, the whistles?
What's he eating over there?
Tums.
Tums for the tummy.
Yeah.
There's another plug, another advertisement.
So what do you want to talk about, Char?
I don't know. What do you want to know? I just
How is it,
taking
California?
California's awesome. I mean, I'm from South Jersey.
Right.
And I was visiting out there, and I wound up staying out there, and just happened kind of living out there. And, the guys were talking about when we were here, when I was here before I left, there was some things I was working on and things I was trying to do. And then when I went to California, I just kind of picked it up out there. But I wanted to talk about how this show is so important and kind of what I'm doing in LA. And so how this is going to tie into that. So, I mean, I would just come to visit and hang out and be a part of it because it's just awesome. And these are, close friends of mine. But I have a program in Los Angeles and in West Hollywood on cable TV. It's also online.
Nice.
Addiction and Recovery TV. And, there's always so much to talk about when it comes to that kind of stuff. And we talk a lot about mental health and everything. And so,
Part of it.
yeah, just
part.
the things that are happening here. And so I'm really excited. So I just wanted to say to the listeners and to the viewers out there. So you are watching this City of Angels radio broadcast. Do you guys have a name for your show? Just
Living Clean and Sober.
Yes. Okay. That's
right
right.
there.
That's
With
right. I remember
yours
that.
truly.
Right there.
I should have known that because
See our
there it is.
poster there?
And they have the poster. You can't see it on the camera, but so
We could show that before.
the Living Clean and
Well,
Sober.
we want to change we want to change that.
We're in the
don't we?
process, right?
Yeah.
So Living Clean and Sober with
What, you
Ken
don't
and
like
Johnny.
Mike?
I'm so excited because being here is an opportunity to see my close friends and be a part of the show, but also to bring this show back to Los Angeles and to put it on our broadcast and to get people, to know about what you guys are doing. I'm so excited that you guys were talking about the ambulance. If only they could do stuff like that in LA. And then to see, how this is going to go because, you guys are doing this, and I hope that we can continue to get some of your shows and we can air them out in LA and people can see what's going on here with the City of Angels and with Ken and Johnny with the Living Clean and Sober show. So this is like a monumental day for me. It's like a reunion, but it's also like a big deal because we're going to bring something to the table, bringing out to LA and incorporate that. Hopefully with the phone number and the website, there's a lot of questions I think people could call in and ask, and even with City of Angels. So how exciting it is to be here. And you guys are doing awesome. This is just a major platform. Anytime you have an opportunity to do something like this and you're in position, which you guys are, and you've been carrying the torch and holding it down and keeping it going, and then you have faithful others that come in and, share their stories and experience. What more could you ask for?
Well, people need to know that there's hope out there. You know what I mean?
And
That
that's what
there's
that's
life
it.
beyond, right?
609-241-71.
And these guys are doing it. They're doing it. I can't wait
Thank you, Vinny.
to bring you guys to LA and introduce you guys
That's
to.
it. We could do this in
Vinny,
LA.
we're talking
Yeah.
right now. We don't need
Yeah.
anybody to
Me and
call.
Johnny talked about we talked about taking the ambulance cross country.
Oh my God!
And
We could-
doing a radio show like that in every
yeah,
state.
and then do the video live. Come to the studio, do all of that stuff.
Buckle up, Art.
Buckle it.
What?
Oh yeah, you got to come with us.
I'm retired.
Down Hollywood Boulevard.
Hollywood Boulevard,
Yeah.
Rodeo
that's
Drive,
right.
we're there.
I'm
Yeah, that would be so
right in
cool,
Hollywood,
man.
and I sell the cheesesteaks on the boulevard. We could have the
All right.
ambulance there.
Cheesesteaks,
There you
I
go.
do
that's
Philly
my
cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Let's
But,
get our
you-
flights.
You wouldn't believe, you know, what
We
you
can't. We have to
see.
drive the ambulance, man.
Yeah, I had a slip.
It's a different experience.
Well, you're going to fly and Richie's going to drive.
Yeah, we'll meet you there. No,
Right, we'll see you there.
No, that's recovery.
It's
Thinking of
okay.
yourself.
Absolutely. You can
Sorry.
still get direction over the phone.
I don't need it. I'm good. I'm the wheelman.
That's right. That's what I call him.
I have a question for you guys, though. I don't know who would have some
Shoot.
information on this. So I went to pick up my niece the other day, you know, because I'm in town just for a visit, going back to LA next week. So she lives in Philly. So she was working in Collingswood, and she was in Philly, and she came to Lindenwold for me to pick her up. So we were going to go to the Berlin auction. But anyway, she was delayed, and she said the train was delayed, and she, you know, here, come to find out, someone overdosed on the train, and she said, Aunt Shar, this happens all the time. So like now it's like a thing. People are overdosing on the train, and then they're coming in and they have to get them off, and so the train gets delayed. The announcement I heard is, you know, the train will be delayed due to a medical emergency. And so like that's a new thing.
Wow.
And are they addressing that? And how
But I
can
think
they
they
have
should-
people on the train that have Narcan or whatever, and just it's just so, it just really hit me like a ton of bricks of
Yeah.
like,
I do know for a fact. I was just talking with a friend, and she actually works at a Dunkin' Donuts in Philadelphia.
right.
And once a week, paramedics or somebody stops in there and drops off Narcan.
Oh, wow.
Because of all the overdoses in the bathroom or the parking lot.
Wow.
It's everywhere.
So it's an
It
epidemic.
is.
I mean,
And
it's
you were
everywhere.
Ken, you were saying something about with the train, right? When was that? With the man on the train tracks?
Right. I was watching Live Rescue a couple of weeks ago.
I haven't watched that yet. I saw.
What
it.
is
No, it
live
was,
rescue?
well, you know
Same
what?
thing as
It
live
It was like a
PD.
live police department.
Yeah, it's like live PD.
But it's
stuff.
real,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's really happening.
It's like cops, but better.
So
Right.
a guy,
like in real time.
Like real time
Right,
cops. And
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they talked about first responders and all that. So
But you're going to see more and more of that. I mean, I was in Atlantic City, and there was a guy that came out of the bathroom.
And then collapse.
Well, he didn't collapse at first, you know what I mean? But then,
You had to wait.
you
till
know,
it
the
got
pit
in
boss
there.
came over and called the security guy, and they were shooing him away. And the guy, you know what I mean? Like leaned against the pole and slid down. And I'm like, that dude's ODing. You know what I mean? Like, you need to
Right.
get somebody, you know? I
Right.
mean, I had Narcan in my pocket and blah, blah, blah. But
Thank God.
they need to be trained.
Sure, they
Everyone,
definitely-
Right.
especially where
Sure,
there's the
especially
public.
there.
And, I mean, anywhere where you're going to have exposure to the public, where people can walk
Right.
in
Yeah.
off the street. I mean, it's going to happen, man.
And that's so open down the shore.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Well, thank God somebody on the train noticed. You know?
Well,
You know what? It's more
Because how
common.
many
It-
times do people, I can't tell you how many times, like, I hear from, like, the bus driver going to Atlantic City and realizing the person that he picked up in Camden is still on the bus when they pull into the yard in Atlantic
Right,
City.
right,
And that
right.
person's unable to be brought back.
They missed a
Oh,
couple
wow.
stops.
You know?
Well, I had a situation, like 2 years ago as an Uber driver where I had a girl in my car and I knew, like, she got flagged from a bar and I picked her up and she was in my back seat and I knew what was going on with her was way more severe than just being extremely drunk. And I remember in that situation, while she was in my car, passed out, I had to call Uber, like, what's your procedure? They contacted the police and they had to take over because, like, it was in my car,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
as an Uber
Yeah.
driver.
Right.
Like, thank God that I'm
I
a
stopped
woman.
driving for Lyft at night. Like, I refuse to pick people up from the bar.
Well, thank God I'm a woman. Like, thank God I'm a woman in recovery because any other Uber driver, who knows?
But let
they
them
would've
have
had-
it
you know,
sleeping
like-
off.
It was
Not,
awful.
not realizing what
They would've thought
the
they were
real
just drunk.
problem was.
And then I see
Or
a
what
lot.
predicament that woman could have been put in. She
Right.
don't know who that male driver is behind
Exactly.
But even in this, what's
True.
going on in light of what the situations that people encounter in a day's time, publicly and even privately. Like, if you're a Lyft driver, you're picking somebody up in Camden. What are the odds that they're a John Q. citizen, like coming home from work?
You know, it was tough. I mean, I got calls in Trenton, and
You know what I mean?
with a lot of those ride-sharing services now, it's not like you're picking somebody up and taking them from A to B. You're picking somebody up, and then they can share that ride with somebody else. You know what I mean? So
Right.
you might be stopping 3 or 4 times in the mid. You know what I mean? In the midst of taking that
I do.
person to their, to their destination. So. That stuff's scary, man. Saturday night in Trenton was like, whoa.
But anyway, just to piggyback, back what I was talking about with the Patterson, the guy got off on the ledge. He's sitting on the ledge, fell into the railroad tracks, nodded. Train came, chopped his legs off. EMTs came, saved his life, and they took him to the hospital. And the guy is still alive. I could not believe it.
Wow.
And Patterson's right in the backyard where I work.
I was just there today.
I know how bad Patterson is.
Oh, yeah.
Not that it's worse than the Badlands. I mean, they're all
No,
bad.
I mean, no, it's all.
Kensington's right up there with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I was saying about like Hollywood. You'd be so surprised, right in the midst of all of this wealth and prosperity and
Right.
opportunity and
Yeah.
dreams and all that stuff. People are just.
I'd imagine it's
down.
worse there because the weather is nice
Yeah.
all year long.
The homelessness is like a lifestyle. People out here, it's a struggle. They've gotten comfortable, and it's,
they got comfortable out here as well.
Oh, yeah.
Florida too.
Well, in the
Florida's
winter,
fine.
Yeah,
how
Florida,
comfortable
man. You
can
go to
they be?
Miami.
I tell you, you'd be
the
surprised
bridges,
how
under the
resilient these
bridges.
people are.
They are
Really?
resilient, very resilient. And
I see
it's-
this dude. He's got one person that drops off a can of that propane off to him
Oh,
because he's
right.
got a little portable heater, and him and his wife are content
Right.
living in the woods.
But that's where the
I said, "What do you
nonprofits
do
come
when it
in.
rains?" He said, "I pile rocks up and keep my head out of the mud."
Your city of angels,
Like it's
your
normal.
angels in motion, your nonprofits. They
good
go out and look
solution,
out for
though.
them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They bring them food and
Not to
socks
mention the
and
code
hats.
blue and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did that come?
You know what? You have to constantly peck at it because you just never know when their day is going to be to say yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Plus, it's fueled by big denial. Like when you have, like you mentioned, the wintertime and all that, and you talked about it, but how many times have they wanted to get people indoors when it's 10 degrees out?
I know, but see, now in
They won't
California,
go.
you don't have that problem
No,
because
and-
it's nice
and
all the time.
over there, you don't have that in Miami Beach, which is flourishing with the addiction problem,
Yeah.
naturally. And California, I'm assuming, has the same issue because it's nice. It's warm. It's not going to be 15 degrees with 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, and California's a little bit different too because you got legalized marijuana now.
Yeah.
Right.
And the meth
I
problem.
wasn't
out
worried
there.
about marijuana when I was doing dope.
Neither was
though.
I. It made me
You
stupid
know what though? But things
Marijuana.
are.
I choked
and
my ass.
paranoid.
These guys used to tell me, "Get off the corner, Vinny. You're going to get a score."
Yo, Vinny, get the bat.
I said, "Pass me it anyway." Excuse me.
You're banging tonight, huh?
Easy.
Well, what is this segment?
Well, don't we have to do the word of the week?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's where
we
we're
do.
getting
Yeah,
to.
that's right.
We got to have our intro here.
Wow, you guys are still doing word of the
Word
week.
of the week.
That's
8:20.
awesome.
We need another thing that says Word of the Week with Ken MacDonald. We got to add that in there.
Well, I mean, I hate to break it to everyone, but I don't have a word of the week.
No.
I thought it was notoriety.
Yeah, notoriety. Let's Google that.
We can go with
I'm
that.
only
now.
kidding. I'm only kidding.
So spell it right now.
I said that.
Oh, I
I
can't
said
even
that
say
earlier.
it.
I
Did
said
you
the
look at
magic
my phone?
word. No, but I said it earlier.
Well, you know what? We were talking about
I said it.
community being the opposite of addiction.
Crickets.
And
Chucky baby.
all right, Art doesn't like it, so we don't have it. No, the word is fellowship.
Woo, go
Nice.
on.
Friendly association, especially with people who share one's interest.
I like
that
it.
and community.
I like
And
it.
when
Unity
we were-
is a must. That's what
That's
I'm
When
saying.
we were having dinner,
It's a
I met
fellowship.
Melissa and Jimmy, and of course Richie and Vinny were there, and Johnny. Well, we're all connected. The
Right.
word fellowship came to my mind, so I Googled
Very
that.
good.
when it came
You know
to
what?
the-
That was very conscientious, and I
Well,
said that right.
I like being
How about
conscious
that?
these days, John. I spend a lot of time nodding. You know? How was your night? Well, I nodded from 7 to 2.
Burn a couple
And I
holes in
got
my
up
shirt.
at 4, and I had to do it
Burned
again
up the
'cause I was
couch a
running
little
out.
bit.
Yeah, right.
This hole wasn't here yesterday.
So no, I mean that's what it is, and our common interest, just so people should know, whoever's listening, that the purpose that's come upon us, I believe that we're all led to this purpose, and our purpose is to carry a message to someone who needs help. I don't care if you're clean, divorced, married, whatever. If you need help, we're here to give it to you.
Absolutely.
We don't care what color you are. We don't care what you believe in. All we know is that if you make a phone call. You know, Richie's giving out all those business cards. I want to see 2,000 people call him over the next 5 years from those cards.
Me too.
So
I'll answer it.
That's it. The
you know,
hope
Johnny
is here.
and I talk a lot about what more can we do.
Yeah.
You know, it's not what we're doing. Can we do more? You know, we want people to have what we have. You know, freedom from this disease. Because I remember in the 80s being clean, sitting at home on my couch and wanting to blow my brains out.
Yeah.
Because I had no program of recovery.
Well, look at what happened after you came in, and we were just doing what we do.
Yeah.
And then you said we have to be led, and that's what happened. We were
Absolutely.
led to connect with Charlene for the convention committee. How about how all
Yes.
three of us
Yeah.
That was so
converged
pivotal.
on that, and it was all because we wanted to do more. That's all. That's all.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't no great big revelation.
And that was a service committee. That committee was all about
Oh, that
service.
was awesome. That
Yeah.
was the best.
Yes.
And all them people.
Infinity and beyond.
Notoriety.
Yeah.
I got it. I got a little piece of it anyway.
Yeah.
And then Kevin and I had lunch, and we started doing this.
See?
And then all three of us
Yeah.
were there for that too.
And
So-
parallel with everything with, you know, what about inspiration and hope for even the Addiction and Recovery TV and having, you know, the pilot episode. These guys were on the pilot episode.
Yeah.
Johnny was our treatment liaison.
Yeah.
Kenny was our everyday guy and giving hope, inspiring hope. We had Deborah who did the, you know, she was the CADC, and
Right.
just
Yep.
the whole thing of kind of that parallel between both and being able to be a part of that kind of stuff and watching these guys really grow and just flourish like now it is all these years later, and to see you know what you're doing and just talking all this, you know, getting all that information out there and bringing people on, sharing the hope. I mean, the hope is here. You guys are saying, you know, that's what we want to do, but you're doing it. It's
Yeah.
hope in action.
Is there a way for people to go view any of the past shows? Or?
Yeah, it's all on Facebook. We're at Addiction and Recovery TV on Facebook, and you can see all the 11 episodes that are on there. And then this will be part of episode 12. Depending how much footage, it might be 12 and 13. And so that'll be posted, and then you guys can check it out, and it'll be airing on LA 36 and on West Hollywood Public Access. So there'll be a lot of eyeballs, hopefully, and ears where people can hear about, you know, get a different perspective.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
And Ken, real quick too, what you brought up a little bit ago is the truth, because I was just talking to Johnny Raggs about that this morning too, also about how, you know, I'm sober, but I'm not happy. And, you know, you had just brought up how sitting on your couch, how you were sober, but you wanted to blow your brains out because there were holes in your program. And that's what was brought to my attention today.
Thank God.
Which is what I need to get started in being sober and being happy.
I'm so glad you just said that, because I was sitting here thinking when you were talking, and I wanted to like circle back, because we were talking about energy and positivity, being happy, and then talking about people using and not being happy. And that's kind of what I wanted to throw out there to you guys is we did a mental health awareness day, and depression and anxiety we talk a lot about because they're big characteristics of the disease. And even with Kevin, I asked him about, you know, we had a conversation about that years ago, but if you look around in the world today, not even just addicts, I mean, mostly addicts, but people in general are seeking, you know, there's all this antidepressant medicine out there. Like, it's so hard for people to be happy. And like this simple concept of if you go to meetings, it lifts you up and inspires you. And don't you guys feel like that's just such a major thing, that if you're not spiritually right and elevated, it's just all downhill from there?
Absolutely.
So in what ways, but people need to hear, like, hey, listen, you think you're not happy, you might not be happy and be an addict, but everybody's struggling. Like, so many people are depressed. And so we're talking to the addict, but we're talking to depressed people, like how to really, what can you say to someone, to get them.
It's just like when I look at somebody that's so-called normal,
right?
Don't have addiction
Whatever that
problems, and I think, damn, that son of a bitch needs to work the 12 steps, because like they're not geared to help people in recovery. They're set up to help anybody, to live a better life, to be a better person, to get better, and that's what we strive to do.
But don't we do that here? Don't we try to get better? Don't we want to be better today than we were yesterday?
That's all I try to do
Isn't that the
every day.
focus? Like, when you don't have that focus, what do you have? You got a bunch of chaos.
Right.
And I love what you said about the mental health piece, because there's where we're losing a lot of our peoples through the mental health.
And there's a lot of mental health issues. My nephew passed away last May. He overdosed. He was 20. Wow. They sent him to Teen Challenge, which I thought is a good place, but not for somebody who doesn't have any skills yet. You know what I mean? Like, he needed to be in some type of a treatment to learn those skills, and then he could, like, at least practice them there.
Yeah.
So he didn't really have those going in. You know what I mean? They were just sweeping
but most of
smiles
it,
off the sidewalks.
Exactly.
Man.
It's underlying because it's not at the forefront, because the first thing you see is the symptom of using.
And something has to change anyway. There has to be,
I agree.
Or there is a bigger mental health part of this, because we're sending all these people to treatment, and we're still sending all these people to treatment. Like, it's not making them better. You know what I mean? It's like a revolving door.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we really need to look at that and why it's not working.
That's what it becomes. Because
And you know
if your
what?
focus is different, then you're not focused on what you should be. Now, when we had a vision, all three of us sat in a hotel room. You remember that?
Yeah.
And we had
roller coaster ride.
Cape Atlantic.
And we started this show with the vision. And what we did with the show, the TV show, was we had people. We had Kevin on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And we had treatment providers on the show, and counselors and all that. And we tried to address the whole part of it. Like, you can say, like what Richie does, he does it well. He reaches out to people and helps more than you could ever imagine.
Sure.
And then, at some point in that, something's missing, because if you're addressing the addiction and the using, which is fine because that's what's going to kill you, but then there's something left out, and that's where
it's the connection.
Exactly,
it's the connection you have to keep.
Now, we try to reach people. We give our number out. We do the show. I would do this show every night of the week if people were getting helped and we were reaching them. We could now we reach coast to coast now because we have the California connection here. I'll go to the Space Center, whatever that thing's called up there, and reach them because they need it too. So where do we stop? Do we not go to Africa? NA went to Africa and started meetings out there. Russia didn't have any meetings. We have meetings out there now. So we have walks. We have things that we do. That's why it's so important. The most important thing that we could talk about is when I say to you, all right, what City of Angels got going on? Because if we have the class for the recovery coach, we do that. We offer that. We offer people to just reaching out to people.
But see, there's a lot of classes that we offer now. It's not just recovery coaching. I mean, it's recovery coaching. It's ethics. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times now you're in police departments and you're in hospitals and in medical settings. So you should have some type of a professional, so you need to learn that. There's spirituality for recovery coaches. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they know what spirituality is, but they struggle with it. You know what I mean? And I just think if once you have a better understanding of it, you know what I mean? It's going to be easier for you to even coach someone else about their spirituality. So there's a lot of new tools. One of the newest classes that we have is compassion fatigue. Here's one sitting right here, right now. You know what I mean? This is like a candidate for it. I mean, you can't be on the front line every day absorbing all that pain for other people and not have it affect you. You know what I mean? So
it's okay, because I think God has me here to take their pain away from them. I'm
that
okay.
class helps you learn how to manage it, though. You know what I mean? So
I just
you're
let it go, man. I take whatever you got that's killing you, and I just
Look,
turn
you
it
have
over
to
to
listen
God,
to what
man.
he's saying.
I am.
Okay.
I got to take the class.
I'm just saying.
I missed the last one because I was away.
It will burn you out.
It will, and
it will burn you out.
It has burned me out and got me frustrated and angry.
Right. And what we do as a team, it's like a team of surgeons. When you're doing a 12-hour operation, the one doctor comes in and relieves the other one. So we work together.
But it's not just compassion fatigue. I mean, we concentrate on the addiction end of it. Compassion fatigue, I mean, you're getting ready to have all these baby boomers, you know what I mean, retire and get older all at the same time. Like, we're going to way outnumber everybody else. You know what I mean? We're going to need to be cared for.
Right.
People are going to get burned out, including family members, from trying to manage that. So that really helps you try and stay sane, you know what I mean, while you're still helping at the same time.
And that all goes back to fellowshipping.
Right.
Right.
It does.
They use the word balance. That's the word.
Balance.
It's always the hard one to find, finding the balance.
I don't even have that in my vocabulary.
For myself, actually, like, I realized too, like, the fellowshipping it's about reaching out, and it's about, like, not doing it alone. And you know, it's about, just because I'm clean today, it doesn't mean I'm going to have a good day. And that's where I get caught up, is I feel like because I'm not using today, or because I haven't used just for today, that everything should go my way.
Right.
And I struggle with that, and that's why I need.
But
the
even
word
in normal
fellowship.
life, it just doesn't go your way every day. I mean, I'd love it to go my way.
But I feel like
the way
because
I want
I'm
it every day, it just doesn't.
I feel like because I'm clean, that things should go my way.
I get to 10:30, I'm like, what happened to my plan for
I got to start this day over.
It's like
again.
instant gratification, you know?
Right.
Look, life's going to hit us, and life hits us with like a ton of bricks. And some days you got to dig really deep just to find that little bit of good in the day.
Right.
But when you find that good in the day, because you're so angry how your day was, and then you see that little piece, and then that brings you peace.
Hey man, some
and it
days you're
makes
the
you
bug,
happy.
some days you're the windshield. And you just got to look at it like that.
You ain't kidding.
But you know what you're saying is such a key point, because that's the problem with addicts coming in, or new, people that are just, even if they're so depressed, not even acting out on drugs, but just so, in the struggle, in the grips in some way, is, you go into a program with the fellowship, and like you talked about the steps, a 12-step program, you learn these spiritual principles, you practice this program, and then you get to learn and have those tools and develop, that overnight. That's why treatment can be so important, because if you're somewhere for 30, 60, 90 days, 6 months, maybe you can learn a new perspective, but then the aftercare. So that's what, like, we've been talking a lot about on Addiction and Recovery TV. It's like, we see now recovery is available, and they do stuff in LA. Like, they have these places you can go and get a shower, and they help the homeless. But the problem is that people aren't getting the help internally. Like, if you just go to a treatment center or a detox, but you don't have that something that happens where you can change, you'll just continue in that vicious cycle. And I don't know about you guys, but that's where, like, my heart really hurts, is because breaking the cycle. You can go in and out of treatment, in and out of rehabs, and see people get a couple days under their belt, but it's the going back that really sucks, and watching and the suffering. And then just the other point I wanted to say, so if this makes you guys think of stuff to talk about, that when people are going into treatment, right, and they have depression, they have anxiety, and then the facilities are giving these people medications, but not taking in consideration, like I was saying on the show in LA, is that these people have to be better trained to know, because if I'm depressed or I have anxiety and you're giving me Klonopin and benzos, how is that going to affect if I'm an addict and I suffer from the disease of addiction? It's just going to highlight it. Right. And so how do you treat someone with the depression and anxiety and also as the addict, but then not deny that maybe they need a little medication? I mean, it's a tough rough road, and they're not really thinking about the depression and anxiety from a place of treating it with also looking at this person has a substance abuse
and they're
problem.
treating everybody the same exact way.
Right.
It's cookie cutter treatment.
They have a
And
new
it's not
gold
working.
standard.
Oh God.
But it's not working, right? I mean, it's not working.
What they've been doing lately, the last couple years or something, is there's alternatives. There's yoga, which helps immensely. But what do people
Meditation.
say? Meditation. Spiritual. What do people say when they say, well, we offer yoga? They go, oof, I'm not doing that. Because I said it.
Because people aren't open enough to
Exactly.
really learn things.
But
you know what
Art
I mean?
said the key word, the spirituality. Like people don't want to hear that word, but you got.
You know why? Because people put spirituality with you are standing around praying all day long, and
Right.
that is not the
it's
case.
not what
You
it
know what I
is.
mean? It's
No.
having faith in something, something
Greater
anything.
than ourselves.
That chair over there. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Positive, Positive, like a positive force.
Exactly.
Like,
The 12-step
like Richie
meetings.
said, yeah.
And
Yeah.
because addiction is
Something
negative.
bigger than us.
So if you put something positive in to replace it, because you're taking something away, and us being in a lifestyle for so many years
Right.
of negativity, you take that away. What do you got? You don't have anything, so you got to replace it with something.
And besides, what happens when you surround yourself with negativity? You become
Exactly.
negative.
Yeah.
So if you surround yourself with positivity,
You'll
you're
you'll-
gonna be
you'll get positive.
I mean, my grandmother used to say, "You go with somebody who limps, and by the end of the year, you're gonna limp." And I'd be like, "Yeah, right, okay, whatever." 60 years later, man, Grandma was pretty wise. You know
Yes,
what
she
I mean?
was.
My
Well, you
mother
know
used to
what,
say,
Art,
show
that's-
me who you hang with, and I'll tell you what you are.
And that's exactly right. It's
the truth.
you are who you hang with.
You become who you hang with.
Look
too.
who I hang. The best.
That's
the
right.
best.
Yeah, but 40 years ago.
No. Wasn't like that 40 years ago.
Nah.
And you said instant gratification. What's the solution to instant gratification? The third step of a 12-step fellowship.
But we're an instant
because we
gratification
delay
society.
gratification.
We want everything now and now.
Yeah, we want it last week.
Some of these kids, they get out of treatment, if they're lucky to be in for 30 days, and they expect everybody to forgive them and love them and trust them.
Right.
Well, listen, I was 48 years old when I left treatment, okay? I had to be babysat. I wasn't allowed to leave my house by myself. My wife had to be there with me, or my daughter had to be with me, who was also 9 months pregnant. Now, if my wife and my daughter had to go to work, my wife used to drop me off at my mom and dad's house. I was allowed on the back patio to smoke a cigarette. I wasn't allowed on the sides of the house or out front.
Wow.
And I was okay with all this. I wasn't allowed to have the keys to the car. I wasn't allowed to have a debit card. I couldn't have no money. But I created all the crap in my family's life. So I was okay with everything they said to me. And I had to do something different this time. I couldn't do what I wanted to do. When I do what I want to do, I have bad results, and I end up Narcan 6 times in the hospital with a cop at the foot of my bed, and things aren't good.
Right.
So I figured, what the hell? This is what I have to do, so I abided by all of it.
And look at you today.
It made me a better
Look
person.
at you now.
Willingness goes a long way.
Exactly.
It's
Look at
that
this.
willingness to want to try and take that first step
right.
to making your life better.
And
And
putting
some
the
humility.
putting the ego in your pocket and saying, I'm 48 years old, but if I walk out of here and go on my own thinking, I'm in trouble. And we live in a fixed
I know, but when you're 20 years old, you're invincible. When you're 48 years old, you're like,
beat up. A little bit older and
No, man.
a little bit
Look, I
more
thought
wear
I
and
was like
tear.
20
I'm
years old.
indestructible.
Yeah.
That's how I felt,
Not when, not when you were getting
You
clean.
know, I get
though.
a
You
chest
beat
pain. I'm
up.
like, I got to run to the doctor.
No, at
man.
the end, I was done.
Dude, I was so broken
Surrendered.
that the only thing I had to do was surrender.
I couldn't.
The only way to go was up.
Right.
Because I was down for so
Yo,
long.
And look, and there wasn't a lot of opportunities for help at that point in
No,
time.
there
I
Right?
would be in
Not
Kensington
like
and
today.
parts of
No,
Camden.
no.
And some of these
Nowhere
guys were
near
like, look at
today.
this white boy walking through here like he owns the place. I was a tough person when I grew up. I was a really tough guy. I'm not too tall, and I don't run, so I had to learn how to fight.
Right.
All right? And I was a tough person, but I cried like a baby when I had to go to treatment. I was scared to death. You know, I didn't want to be stuck in a room with a bunch of 20-year-old kids, and I'm a grown man. I don't even know how to act like a grown man.
And that's the part that people don't. They don't seek help because they think they're going away, and they think they're going to be with other people, and they fight that tooth and nail.
Exactly.
And it was a girl in there. Her name was Natasha. I wanted to leave so bad,
Nice
and she
name.
said, "If I don't leave, you can't leave." And
Nice.
she was like 20 years old, and I still talk to her every now and then.
Wow.
And I said, "Okay, I'll stay," and I stayed. You know, but I didn't want to leave because I was going to let too many people down, and more importantly, I was going to let myself down. I need to do something different.
You were
this
done.
time.
You were done.
Couldn't do it
I
no
never
more.
ever.
It-
As many
evidently,
times
you
as
were
I've
done.
been in help of rehabs and all, I never ever left. But I feel that they didn't get to the parts of me that were really bothering me, like you say, the depression.
Because they don't get to the root of the problem.
Right, that's what I'm
You know what I mean?
I don't know the word.
I'm using heroin. Why are you using heroin?
That's the question.
Because the doctor got me messed up on
It's not. It's not.
But it needs to be
Listen,
determined.
I got
You
shot.
know, was it a knee injury?
Trapeze, and for 12 months I got to lay there till they and they come in automatically every 4 hours. They know I'm gonna ring the bell, and they shoot me up with the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fix-oriented society. That's what we live in.
We want gratification, and we want it yesterday.
Rapid refund.
So yeah, Johnny. So then, what was that? You were saying, what's the solution to instant gratification? And you didn't give us the answer.
Yeah, I did.
You did.
Yeah.
But you said third step. But can you narrow that down, or can you explain?
Yeah, the third step delays the gratification. It's not a quick fix.
Why?
Because you have to decide to turn our will and lives over to care of God.
Decision.
So it's a decision that implies action. So the action is the rest of the steps. But when you do a thorough third step,
Right.
you get the courage to get into the action, which is the fourth step, inventory.
Boom.
So you're delaying. You're not going by, because I like to get off of my neck because it was faster.
Right.
And I got a better rush or something.
Right.
So that's instant
Instant
gratification. Okay. Rapid refund. When I get my refund from the IRS, I'm borrowing money and paying 90% interest rate to get my money quicker.
Right.
So fast food. I mean,
right.
There's a whole chapter, to
Yeah.
that. So the society we live in, that society that we're trying to blend back into,
right?
Because it talks about it in our literature, but that's the society that's just as twisted and sick as we are. So I don't need to blend into that society. I'm good where I'm at. You know what I mean? So the delay, in answer to your question, that's it, the third step. We delay the gratification of what it would be without the steps. In other words, fix me.
Right.
What do I need? I know I'll buy a house. I'll buy that new car I want. That's a fix.
Right.
And I'm excited about a new car until I get the payment booklet. Then I go, what did I do?
Right.
But I didn't think because I wanted it now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect sense.
It's a process.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's the journey. Let go.
Does that?
Take it
do you?
easy.
do
Take
you-
it
it's a
easy.
good-
Take
it's
Take it
deep.
easy.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
There you go.
Fairy tales can
It's
come
easier.
true.
We carry that on our
It can
phone.
happen for you if you're young at heart. I'm starting to sing again. You got
Oh, no, please.
Can't be doing that.
Well, at this point in time, I want to thank everyone here. Charlene, it was great to have you on.
I'm honored to be here, guys.
We are honored to have you. I'm
What a
really happy
blessing.
about.
What a blessing
I
to
was
be
thinking
able to
about
be here.
we got to put you on the wall of fame up there.
Oh, nice.
We don't
well,
have your name up there.
I am just so thankful because I think about the early beginnings and the vision that you guys had, and
I'm grateful that you
bringing these
part
two
of that.
worlds together. Like, I give so much credit to you guys for even inspiring me. I was going through a tough time. I kind of backburnered my dreams and hopes, and this kind of lit that fire for me again. And then being out in LA, it's like I'm doing my thing over there, you guys are doing your thing over there, and now, over there, and now it's like we can bring those two worlds together again. I love that.
And being a Californian, they go, "Oh, you're from New Jersey. What exit?" No.
Yeah.
It was an honor and a pleasure.
7A. No,
7A.
Thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome.
Love
And
you.
we love you. Kenny, nice job. The
Yes,
word of the
always a
week was,
pleasure.
you killed it with the word of the week.
Oh, thank
Yes, it was so on point. The
was.
conversation led up to it. How about that? How about
Yeah.
Kenny
Absolutely.
being all up in the spiritual
Yeah, I like it. It was
realm,
perfect.
I
right?
am. I'm connected.
Yeah.
Vinny,
Right.
thank
I love
you.
it.
Good
Thank
to see you.
John. Thanks for having
I'm
me.
glad you came.
I am too. Thanks, Rich.
We had a great day today.
Can I
Yes,
put
we did.
Can I put you on the spot? I just want to
Absolutely,
Ask it's the question that everyone would ask. But
Absolutely.
Like, so because you kind of said about being new and all that stuff, and that magic question of this time, what are things maybe different? What's going to be different this time? Like, do you feel like you're different, or what something's going to be different?
Absolutely. I feel like I feel like this time, like I know that the only other option for me is to die.
Right.
Right.
I don't believe, me and Richie have talked about this. I've talked to Johnny Raggs about it. I don't believe I have another rehab in me. And I'm only going off of things that have happened. I went back out over the past couple years, and each time I tried doing a bag. Now, this is somebody that had a 15 to 20 bag a day fentanyl habit. Okay, tried doing a bag. I was brought back to life 3 times in the past 2 years. So I know what's out there for me. And it's about choosing whether I want to live or I want to die. And, today I want to live. I have kids. I have a good job. I'm in a good place. I'm in, the Shuva House, shout out, in Mullica Hill.
What else is different about that?
About what?
Mullica Hill's nice.
You always do something to get kicked out of your sober living house. By the second week, you're kicked out. Now you've
Very
been in
true,
this
I
house
didn't- yeah,
over about a month, maybe longer than a month.
Maybe like a month and 2 weeks.
Month and 2 weeks.
I usually last nowhere for 2 weeks. I get somewhere. I'm the type of person.
And his dad's calling me, "Yo, can you get him into another house?"
2 weeks. 2 weeks, and I'm out. Like I either find something to leave, a reason to leave, or I'll self-sabotage to get the hell out of there. I'll
we're
do
gonna
it.
run
I'll
out
do
of
it in a
houses,
heartbeat, and I'm not afraid to admit it. But this time, I just realized that I know what else is out there, and it's about not being selfish, and it's about
No, it's okay to be selfish.
well, selfish with my recovery, but not selfish as far as I have children. I have a good family, and
And you deserve recovery, and you deserve to be happy, and you don't deserve to self-sabotage to ruin everything you have because you don't think you deserve any of this shit.
So anybody, if you're listening and you're just getting into rooms and you're fighting to stay clean, I understand. Just keep reaching out, and talk to people, because that's my problem. I don't like to talk to people, and that's when I go do what I do best, which is use. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Thanks for having me.
Melissa, thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks for being on.
Melissa.
We want to have you on again soon. Richie, as always.
I
Thank
love it. They brought me here one time. I haven't left.
Yeah, he's been here.
That's great. Well, you
The
got a
thing
lot
that
to
won't
talk
leave.
about. Keep talking about that ambulance. That's great.
I will.
You found the home.
I'll take your number too. So when I get it all done, I'll shoot
Yeah,
you a
you
picture.
get to do a close up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
could do that, and I could put it up.
Keep up the
Okay.
good work
Oh, thanks, Johnny.
with our West Coast people.
I would love.
These guys are the wind beneath my wings. Truly,
Hey,
that's right.
That's right. Artie, great job as always.
I would love to
Yeah,
come
I
out
do.
and do your show one time.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Got a
let's-
place to stay too.
We'll do
Okay.
that.
And do the show.
I'll do that.
Absolutely.
That would be
I already,
awesome.
For the
You
hotel,
take
I
the
got
ambulance,
the
Artie
hotel
and I
for
will meet
everyone
you
to
out
stay
there.
too. Or at my
We'll
house.
be at the
but-
racetrack.
I'm
for
not
a
driving.
while. Thank you
Arthur.
all. Thanks for
Thank
the
you.
callers, and until next time, be well.
Take care.
Thank you. So just to put you on blast, November.
For once in my life, I got nothing to say. For once in my life, I got nothing to say. Try me tomorrow. I'm at a gym's today. Strong for so long, I couldn't take it no more. Strong for so long, I couldn't take it anymore. I used to be undecided, now I'm not so sure. Changing this world, brother, it ain't no use. Changing this world,